Hello everybody, it is Lynn with Crafting Break for day 4 of our spooky Halloween craft along. Move my chair over a little bit. I am here, I'm hopefully going to get this video posted a little earlier since I worked from home today instead of going into the office. I just needed that, break. Luckily we have a hybrid work schedule, so I was able to do that today because I was feeling a little overwhelmed this week. So now I'm going to spend some time in my craft room where I'm going to be happy for the rest of the night and make the cards for tonight with you. So quickly I will show you what we've done this week so far. These two were on Monday. These two were on Tuesday. These were last night for Wednesday. And let me get these back up. Tonight, we are going to make these two cards. I am going to start, let's start where we usually start. Let's start with getting all of the pieces out of our DSP pack of paper. So we're gonna need these pieces. We need a lot of this tonight. This haunted house is from the die set, the Spooky Halloween die set. If you do not have that, there again are other things you can choose to put on that little tag. So let me start pulling out the pieces of paper. Let's find the ones with the banners. And that piece looks like this. And like all of the other sheets, you can kind of see where we're going to trim it on our paper trimmer. So let me move these out of our way and let's start trimming that piece of paper. It's probably a measurement, like always. And of course, you know me. I'm probably not gonna care about the measurement. I'm just going to put it in my track and I'm just gonna cut it. It is probably about, I don't even know, let's see. Oh, it's probably 1/8 of something. Okay, we're not gonna worry. That looks great. I'm cutting. There's that piece. I'm just going to cut this one as well. This one's probably close to 4. No, not even 3.5. Sorry, I totally looked at that wrong. And I'm going to cut. Okay, well we have this here. We need one or two of those. Oh, we need 2 of those. So let's just cut this away. And let's aim this one down the middle. Maybe at 2 inches, probably. There we go. And on this strip that we just cut away, we're going to need one of the black ones and the purple one and a second black one. So this one I actually cut out. You can see this white outline around it. I cut that off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this one that's already pre-cut a little bit for me, and I'm gonna use that side. So let's cut these off. Need one of those, a purple one, and one more of these. Okay, that should be all the pieces we need out of cutting. Let me pull the cards back in. Now we're going to need our potion, and that is coming from this punch out piece. So let's grab a potion bottle and the spider. And I think that's all. Yep, that is all we need. Okay, I'm going to start with this card right here. I'm trying to keep myself organized, so I think I'm going to put these pieces over here. Okay, so we're going to need the purple piece, this banner that I want to cut out, so I'll use this one. I need 1 tag, and in your card kit, you will have, now I did provide you the scraps for cutting the haunted house and the yellow background in your kit. So if you happen to have the die, you'll be able to do it. If you don't, again, don't worry about it. As usual, there are so many other choices. I think the tree would look really cute on that. Even a potion bottle on that one would be kind of fun. the hippo would fit great on there. So again, lots of choices. And you get 2 of these sheets in your pack. So there's lots of characters there. And then in your kit, you're gonna need the basic black cardstock base. You have a Daffodil Delight layer, and you have a basic white layer. You should be getting close to the end of your supplies in there, so hopefully they're easy to find, and hopefully I actually didn't miss anything. If ever I missed anything, please just contact me and let me know. I'd be happy to send you what I missed. Okay, let's start with this banner, and we're gonna trim it up. I trimmed off all of the, I trimmed off the white part. So we're just gonna cut those, we're gonna cut this up. I just wanted the black on this, or black and white. And a pair of snips is all you need. You could do it on your paper trimmer if you want, but I don't think it's necessary. Okay, there's that. And I also trimmed this out. Not totally on the ends, on the sides. What I did on this one, I just trimmed the top right and left corner. That's kind of all I did on that one. Okay. Let's set those aside for now. And let's put our haunted house aside. Let's do some stamping. So you can see I stamped the word spooky directly on the Daffodil Delight layer, and inside I did Happy Halloween. So let's get the Memento Tuxedo black ink out, and we can stamp our spooky. And Happy Halloween. Actually, that is in black because the card base is black. Is that what I did there? Yes, I did. I'm like, wait a minute. For a minute, I thought I did orange, and I was going to be like, that's not normal for me. I suppose with the black card base, you could do any color, and I think it would look nice. But I will stick with the black one. The black ink. Okay, there we go. Our stamping is done. Super simple stamping. Okay, let us take our bone folder and give the valley, turn the valley into a mountain. Oh, I scored this one really well. It just folded nicely. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and layer the yellow and the white down. Almost look like they're different sizes, and you know what they are. Why does that feel wrong? Well, that's because that's not the right size. Let's try that again. Lynn did not, look at that, that does not fit. Let's do that, throw that away and stamp another inside piece. Luckily I had a piece sitting right here. That's too funny. My measurements were off on that one. I'm gonna blame that on a really long work week. Okay, let's try that again. Let's grab our glue. Move that one out of the way. Start with the inside piece. And our Daffodil Delight. Hopefully I didn't cut yours wrong. I just cut mine just before I started filming, so it's probably my tired brain. I'm usually exhausted by this time of the week. My brain is tired of looking at numbers and a computer and all of the above, so okay. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of that, and the shorter, wider one, hopefully I'm in camera here, covers this opening, so it looks like the lights are on. And this taller, narrower one, yeah, that's a tough word for me, narrow, covers the smaller side. And there's our haunted house. Okay, let's glue these on. Now I glued all of these elements flat and I popped up the haunted house. That's what I did. And as usual, you can choose to do something different if you want. I'm just going to put glue on the backs of all of these so I can glue them all at once. Okay, this one went down the side. This one I did at an angle. It's probably not going to be exactly as my sample because I'm not measuring anything. I'm just eyeballing everything. And that'll go, looks great about right there. Okay, let's grab those dimensionals and pop up our castle, or our haunted house. Oh, my DSP just took a tumble down here. Okay. I bet you 4 will work nicely on this. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do. You probably guessed it. I think it needs just one more. Well, I got 2, so I guess we're gonna put one right there. All right, let's take those dimensional backings off. I'm gonna move this one a little higher than I did my other one. Okay, now you should have a piece of, well, some of you got the whole bolt of this ribbon. I like to tie my bow. If you don't like to tie a bow, you can tie a knot. But I like to tie it directly on the spool. And I have kind of changed the way I've done my bows over the years. I used to, you know, do it like this. And sometimes I still do, honestly. But lately I've been doing bunny ears. I just feel like my bow comes out a little nicer when I do it that way. And this is going to be a big bow. I can feel it. And this ribbon is super easy to work with. It's really light, super nice. I really like this ribbon. I like the glitter in it as well. Okay, let me get my scissors. I do not have special ribbon scissors. Okay, that's the ribbon my cat Teddy was trying to play with last night. Okay, I think I'm going to make that a little smaller because it's not fitting super nicely up there. So let's just pull those a little tighter and a little smaller. And you could just keep working with the bow. Let's try that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, my glue dots are right here. I like to adhere my bow down with a glue dot. So I just take the bow and I put it directly on the glue dot. So give it a little twist. Should pop right off. And then you can put your bow down. And of course, you guessed it, as long as I can find the stars over here somewhere, we were going to use those. Ah, here they are. They're buried. We're going to go ahead and put on some of these stars. Now, I didn't leave as much room on my card here as I did on my sample. So I'm just going to put a tiny black one there. And I think these medium ones will work better. Actually, you can probably get a large. Whoops. I think 3 is all this card needs. So there is card number 1. Look, my bow's much nicer on this card than this one. This one has seen better days. Oh, yep, there it goes. Okay, let's move that out of the way. And let's move on to our next card. That's going to be this one. And what you're going to want out of your kit is your Petunia Pop card base. You're going to have one of these iridescent bags in your kit. And you're going to have 2 white pieces, one for the inside And see, that's not the right size. I really did cut those wrong. These are. One for the outside and one that's going to go in this bag. I put a white layer and I used that. I put the white in the bag and then I taped it shut and I used that as my card layer. Kind of fun. And you can see on this one, I left this as just a rectangle, but you know what I'm going to do on this one? I think, honestly, I'm going to trim it a little bit. Maybe not. No, I'll leave it. Okay, let's start with, and this probably says Happy Halloween. Yep, so let's start with the important step for me. And I'm going to clean my Happy Halloween real quick, because I am going to use Petunia Pop on the inside of this card. Okay, let me move this. Let's go ahead and start with this piece and the little bag. Now, this bag is exactly 4 inches across as well, so we might need to do a little bit of trimming to get it to fit in. But it depends on how well I cut your layer. So let's see. I might have to give mine a little, yep, mine needs a little trim. Yours may very well need one as well. So because this is 4 inches, I'm gonna go just slightly to the right of that, just ever so small. I mean, it's maybe 1/16 of an inch that I just cut off of that. And now it should fit in here without a problem. Yep, there we go. So it just needs just a tiny little trim. Okay, let me grab some tear and tape. You can use Scotch tape if you don't have tear and tape. You can use some double-sided tape if you have that. But why we need this is I want to fold this back to get it to hide the back side. Now I'm gonna kind of fold in the edges just like you're doing, I was about to say making a bag, but that's, you know, like you're wrapping a gift if you fold your edges like that. And I'm going to put my double-sided tape all over that to hold it down. And what's going to be nice about this is I can take the backing off and then stick this whole thing down with double-sided tape. So while we're here, because liquid glue probably would not work very well on this because it is a slick surface. So you probably do want to use double-sided tape on this, or like I'm using some tear and tape. And it doesn't need one, but you know what? Well, that was a very tiny piece, not what I was trying to do. And it just came off of my finger. So we're not going to use that piece, obviously. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, so that one will be ready to go. Next, let's go ahead and take this piece, which this is the one I cut out with you, but I had this one already. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this, and I trimmed this one along the black line. Now you're going to find it's not a perfect black line. It's not perfectly straight. So just trim close to it. I don't think mine's right exactly on it. These are perfectly imperfect. I'm probably cutting off a little bit of a line there. And I'm going to go this way with it. Okay, there we go. That's how I trimmed mine. Okay, let's do some stamping. Let's get this scrap that I've been working off of all week and this inside layer, and we're gonna get somewhere on this table, right here, my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and we're gonna stamp the word spooky. And then we're going to stamp Happy Halloween in Petunia Pop. Or you can use one of the other stamps in the set, or of course whatever you have that you're working with at home. Okay. There's very little stamping on these cards. It's just, they're so simple and easy to put together. Okay, I'm gonna cut out my spooky. There we go. I'm not sure if I need this again, but I'm going to keep that over here on the side. Now let's go ahead and glue our spider to the front of the potion bottle. So cute. I love this little bottle. Love it. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is let's fold our card base. And let's start gluing some of these layers down to get them off our table. So I'm going to take the inside piece first and glue that on. Better start mailing some of these. I've made so many Halloween cards that, hey friends, if you're watching, they're coming your way. Okay, I'm gonna take all the double-sided, what did I call this? Oh my goodness, I'm blanking. The tear and tape. Tear and tape? Yeah, tear and tape, that's it. It sounded odd when I said that. Just like a dimensional, it has this backing on it, so you can just peel off the backing. And of course, the more you put down, the more you have to tear off, but that's okay. I'd rather sit here and tear the backing off tear and tape than stare at my computer. Okay, there we go. So now this is a very fun, now of course tear and tape, I have no wiggle room, so you've got to do the best I can. I think that's such a fun layer. I love it. I love it, love it. Okay, again, because, look at my card flopping, I'm gonna seal that down. Because this is on the bag, I'm going to use tear and tape on this piece as well. I'm not going to try to use glue. I suppose glue might work, but I'm just going to use this because I know for sure this will work. I made a ton of Halloween treat boxes for my beer and card kit night, and I'm going to need more tear and tape. My plan was to order the Halloween treat boxes, the kits that are online on Stampin' Up, and they sold out the weekend before my beer and card kit night, so I'd had people order them already, and I didn't want to tell them, sorry, you can't make Halloween boxes. So I created my own, and oh my gosh, it took me so long, but they were cute, and people got to make Halloween treat boxes, and I was glad that they did. So, but I used a lot of tear and tape for that. Okay, that's down. This I'm going to pop up with dimensionals. Maybe. I'm telling you, I really don't know how I do it. Oh, I put it, you know why? Because I put it back where it's supposed to go. How brilliant was that? Okay, let's get some dimensionals. Yep, 6 is the magic number. And on the spooky, I popped up as well. So I'm going to, of course, pull 2 dimensionals for that. Hey, look, I'm going to put those back where they go so I can find them again, or not find them. Okay, let's pull the backings off. And this I just, actually, you know, I'm going to put spooky down first. And now I'm going to put this down at an angle. That looks good. And we're going to glue. Again, you could also pop this up if you wanted to, but that would be, for me, that'd be 2 layers of dimensionals. So I decided to glue mine down. And guess what? We need another bow. So let's do our little bunny ears, or however you like to tie your bow. Ooh, obviously I'm still learning how to tie a bow. Look at how large that was. That little hoop. I gotta learn more, or a little bit more, so I'm not wasting so much on the other side. I'll get there. The fact that I'm tying bows off the spool is a miracle in itself for me, because I never used to do that. I used to cut like 12 inches and just wing it. So you know, progress, right? Progress. I'm gonna trim that just a little more. Okay, let's grab a glue dot. Let's see how this is gonna, I think this is gonna lay better on this side, so. There we go. And now we're gonna finish it off with our stars. And I used all black on this one because it's got enough petunia pop. And I used one of each size on that card. And there we go. Our last card tonight is finished, just like that. Cute. I love that bag. So here are the cards we made tonight. I hope you've liked all of these so far. So fun. I will be back tomorrow night with the last video of the series, and we're going to make one card and one treat bag. And the card might be that one. So thanks again so much for watching. I truly do appreciate the support, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.